80% from the field.
Yeah, Bass has played phenomenal tonight. She's picked up so far very nicely in this third quarter, up to 20 points, 7 rebounds. She's done a great job, not only on the defensive glass, but the offensive glass in this third quarter. 3 offensive rebounds, leading the second chance points, and Bass has done a great job making sure that Bellarmine run kind of slowed down there in the third.
Definitely shifted the momentum. We'll see how Bellarmine can respond. Savory goes in with her left hand, scoops and scores off the glass to tie this game up once again. Hope Savory quietly having a really good game now with 11 points on 4 of 9 from the field. Collier in the corner, finding Jones from the elbow. It's good. Rashunda Jones now with 4 quick points. Going back to the end of the third quarter, but Bellarmine pushing on the other end, and it's Haley Harrison on the block scoring again. She's been getting behind the defense in transition, and Hope Savory continues to find her. Surprised that Purdue hasn't adjusted to that. Game tied at 60 once again.
Yes, Savory 6 assists so far. She's loved throwing those backdoor passes, and her favorite target so far has been Haley Harrison. She loves running back on that baseline. She's been open way too many times here for Purdue's liking.
Maury Petrie gets into the lane. No good. Erin Toller now has it on the wing. Fires for 3, and nothing but net. Erin Toller, another 3-pointer. She's now got 2. On the other end, it's Petrie. She answers with a mid-range jumper.
And back and forth we go to start the fourth quarter. Some exciting offense so far. Doesn't seem like either one of these defenses coming out of the break really have an answer for each other. And it's a very different story from what we saw earlier on in this game. Very defensive, heavy battle, and now the offenses are starting to wake up.
Toller can't hit that time. Bit of a heat check there from number 20. Petrie bringing it up. Reynolds goes in with the left hand, back out to Petrie. They find Bass, but Bass can't hang on. It's a turnover for the Boilers. Ashley Harris in transition. And the ball did not go out of bounds somehow. Bellarmine complaining about a little bit. It's Jones on the other end, just goes immediately to the basket with her left hand.
Yeah, we saw the ball go off the referee's leg down there. Referee was in bounds, and she's technically a part of the playing floor. So with that being said, Purdue kind of caught a break right there as Shauna Jones goes down, gets the 2 points, and gives that lead right back to Purdue.
3-pointer on the other end for Bellarmine. Haley Harrison, it won't go. Amaya Reynolds with the rebound. Trying to be aggressive, now she pulls it back, slows things down a little bit. Tries to feed it to Bass, she does. Foul on the floor. And you see, the second the ball pass went into Bass, immediately 3 defenders surrounded her. She's been the point of emphasis here in the fourth quarter defensively.
Yeah, defending the paint so far for Bellarmine has been their one biggest struggle on the defensive side. Both Bass and McCarthy both doing a great job down low. McCarthy took care of business in the first half, and Bass now taking care of business in the second half. So Purdue's really got a 2-headed monster that they can rely on whenever they need to go to them down low in the paint.
Jones pulls up again, knocks it down. Jones has been money from the mid-range here in the fourth. Quick little 6-0 run for Purdue. They now lead by 3. Savory trying to create a 3-point shot for herself. She cannot. Now Harrison driving in on Swanson. Abdullah picks it back out to Harris. Driving in, Savory. Collier is all over her. Savory for 3. Back rim and out. Second chance points. No good. Savory, another offensive rebound. No good, and a foul going down. Purdue has been a really good rebounding team defensively, but given up 11 offensive rebounds now. Fortunate that Bellarmine could not convert on second and third chance opportunities.
And that's a big foul there on Harrison. She's really done a good job for this team all night. We're gonna see the shot miss. She gets knocked down to the floor, and the 3-point attempt there from Savory, no good. And we see that little push in the back down there by Harrison. That's now her 4th foul, and she's meant so much to this team and why they're so close in such a close battle with Purdue up to this point. She's got to be careful because they're going to need her down the stretch.
Swanson on the wing. Back to Jones. She's been terrific in this fourth quarter. McCarthy And one! Lana McCarthy back to the free throw line as soon as she steps onto the court. Good entry pass there by Destiny Lombard, and Lana McCarthy does the rest. Purdue now a chance to extend the lead to 6. It's an 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Treadwell back onto the court for the Knights. Off the mark on the free throw attempt. Purdue scrapping for an offensive rebound. Now it's Mia Brown. Goes with her left hand. Now gets to the elbow. Looking for a travel. They don't call it. Hope Savory now in the pick and roll with Mia Brown. Swan.
It's going to be a carry there on Savory. We're going to take a second look at this one. She's just going over to the left. Thought about going to the pass down low. Double guesses herself right there. That's going to be a turnover. For now, Purdue now with the opportunity to extend their lead up 5. 5:45 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Savory starts pushing it down the floor, gets it inside. Abdullah stripped away. Now here comes Jones going the other way in transition. Goes up for it, and that's an and one. Huge play there from Rashunda Jones. Foul called on Hope Savory, and we're going to take a second look at this one. Jones pushing in transition, does a great job going up strong, getting the foul call and finishing through the contact. And you can see how excited that made her on that play, pumping up her teammates over on the bench. Jones now at the free throw line. That one's gonna rattle in for Jones, completing the three-point play. Now an 8-point lead here for Purdue, starting to pull away here as we get down to the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Bellarmine with the basketball. Here's Toller over on the right wing, trying to push around Jones. Goes inside, kicks out, three-point attempt. That one's long. And there's gonna be a foul called on the ground. That one's gonna be on Abdullah as they were fighting for the offensive rebound. And Purdue is in the bonus, and it's going to be 2 shots.
So it's Lana McCarthy shooting free throws for Purdue. Boilermakers up 8, and crucial that Purdue's in the bonus now with 5:09 remaining in this ballgame. McCarthy has struggled from the line here today. She's off the mark on the first attempt.
Yeah, McCarthy just a 66% free throw shooter on the season coming into this game. Currently 0 for on the night.
Going 0 for 4 still, but Lombard fighting for the offensive rebound. It's Swanson now for 3. Hits the iron, but McCarthy gets it. And one, no, offensive foul on McCarthy. The Purdue crowd was very excited here for a moment. And now the boos are raining down on the court. 4th foul on McCarthy. You see the three-pointer by Swanson off the mark.
Yeah, the arm just gets wrapped up there. McCarthy trying to go with Treadwell, and you see the little arm reach in right there by McCarthy. Gets the right arm tangled up with Treadwell, and that's going to be a foul every single time. Bellarmine getting an opportunity here now. Just an 8-point game. 5 minutes still left to play, however, though, in the fourth quarter.
Aaron Toller's going to bring it up. Purdue still bringing some full court pressure. Crosses over, getting into the lane. Toller fouled. Aaron Toller's been one of the most aggressive players for Bellarmine here tonight. And it's now going to pay off as they're down 8 with less than 5 minutes to go. Free throws coming, but a quick timeout by the Knights. Fourth quarter, we're coming back. You're watching Big Ten Plus. Welcome back to the closing moments of this battle between Purdue and Bellarmine. You see the foul trouble. 3 players in with 4 fouls for Bellarmine: Hope Savory, Haley Harrison, and Hannah Abdullah. All 3 have been key players for the Knights. And on the other side of things for Purdue, Rashunda Jones and Lana McCarthy. Again, 2 playmakers that have really been making plays down the stretch, especially Rashunda Jones, quietly having a really good night. Now with 12 points, make that 13 points on 75% from the field.
And as you come down the stretch, fouls play a game. There's still 5 minutes left to go, so that's a lot of basketball. So we'll have to see how the coaches decide to use their players who are in foul trouble, as we see that Bellarmine currently has 3 of them out there on the floor right now.
Toller misses the first free throw. Purdue very fortunate that Bellarmine has not capitalized as Toller goes 0 for 2. So an empty trip at the line for Bellarmine. Purdue very content to slow things down now as we hit under 5 minutes. Kendall Puryear back on the court, and she travels. The one thing you could not do there was turn it over. Ball going to go back to the Knights. Aaron Toller immediately pushing the ball down the court again. Picked up by Collier, 3-pointer, and rolls around but cannot fall. Rebound by Puryear.
Yeah, just not good 3-point shooting from either team here tonight. Only 26% for the Boilermakers and 23 for the Knights. It's really been a tough shooting night for both teams, but when you look at it in total, 6 for 26 from Bellarmine. They've really tried to find that 3 ball as much as possible, out shooting Purdue by 7 attempts from the 3-point line. And when you're still shooting a worse percentage with more attempts, it's normally not a good thing. And that is the case in tonight's matchup.
Collier's double team. She finds Puryear. Puryear goes up and banks one in off the glass. Good poise from Ella Collier to find Puryear, who was open on the block and just getting to that left shoulder, making the play easy. Purdue up 10 now for the first time since the first half. A steal for the Boilermakers. Ella Collier hits the deck. Now Swanson in transition. Swanson with her left hand goes up and lays it in. Sophie Swanson, Boilers up 12. Timeout from Bellarmine.
And what an unbelievable hustle play. Collier gets on the floor fighting for it, somehow gets to Swanson. Swanson makes a great play here. Fakes going with the left, barely scoops that one in with the right hand. Great play there from the Boilermakers, now up 12.
It's a 15-0 Boilermakers run. We're going to break. You're watching Big Ten Plus. Welcome back here in Mackey Arena. You see the upcoming schedule for the Bellarmine Knights. They play Wright State on Thursday and then Akron on Sunday, both away games and then Jackson State and South Carolina Upstate at home, back-to-back days. And a good opportunity for Bellarmine to pick up some wins. On the other side of things for Purdue, we got South Carolina, the #1 team in the nation. Keep in mind, Purdue already played number 5 Notre Dame here in Mackey, and then another big game, a Big Ten conference game against the number 11 Maryland Terrapins. Purdue playing good competition. They always have a good non-conference schedule. You see top 25 foes on the schedule, an absolute gauntlet of a schedule. Playing the Gamecocks and then Maryland, UCLA, Oregon, USC, Illinois, Nebraska, Ohio State, all ranked teams just in the Big Ten. Purdue with a lot of opportunities to improve their resume before we hit March.
Yeah, and Purdue Big Ten conference play has always not been easy in basketball. And when you add in those West Coast teams like USC, like Oregon, that just adds even more fire into your conference and into your schedule every single year.
The scoring drought continues for the Bellarmine Knights. Another empty possession. Destiny Lombard controls it for Purdue. Haley Harrison back on the floor. Collier looking for Swanson down low. She wasn't there. Gets a screen from Puryear. Pulls up from the elbow. No good. Foul on the floor, and they're going to call it on Puryear.
Yeah, Puryear just wrapped around the leg of Treadwell, trying to get that offensive rebound, and going to be a foul called on Purdue.
Purdue has 14 offensive rebounds. It's sometimes a little bit too aggressive after a miss. Bellarmine trying to respond. Ashley Harris, it's been nearly 6 minutes since Bellarmine has scored points. Savory for three, back rim and out. Harrison fighting for it, she gets to it. And then throws it away. Destiny Lombard read her like a book. Collier goes behind the back, into the front court. Swanson, back to Collier. Now Bass with it on top. Boilermakers moving it around the arc. Bass with it. Guarded by Mia Brown. Swanson, quick three-pointer. That one is short. Mia Brown pushing the pace a little bit. Wide open three-pointer for Harris. That one hits front rim. Swanson with the rebound. And a scoring drought at the most unfortunate time for Bellarmine. Swanson throws it right in the hands of Mia Brown. Offense is struggling right now for both sides. Purdue still up 12. We are under 2 minutes to play. Mia Brown blocked by Bass and recovers the rebound.
Great defensive stand there from the Boilermakers. You have a quick turnover, but you don't let it rattle. You get back on defense. Huge block there from Bass, stopping Bellarmine once again, and Bellarmine's really struggling on the offensive end. They can't find any answers right now against this Purdue Boilermakers defense.
Now Bass on the other end, thought she got fouled, but that will be another turnover for Purdue.
Take a second look at it, and Bass thought she got fouled originally, tried making a move right there.
And from that angle, it looked like there was some contact, but now 21 turnovers for the Boilermakers. Fortunate, though, Bellarmine has gone ice cold from the field. Nearly 9 minutes. Both teams looking a little tired out here. 90 seconds to play here in Mackey. Hope Savory gets a foul called. Only the 4th team foul for Purdue. Still got 2 more to give.
Take a second look at that one. Savory, yeah, just reaching in with the right hand. There's Collier, and can't do that. Can't reach across the body like that, especially with the ball in the left hand there.
And Bellarmine catching a break because there was a bit of a miscommunication. Looked like Toller was going to set a screen, but she did not. Now Harrison back to work, fading away, and gets it to fall. Bellarmine finally gets a bucket. And who else but Haley Harrison now trying to draw a foul. She gets called for the block. She was trying to draw a charge in transition on Bass. But instead, that's going to be 2 free throws for Reagan Bass.
Yeah, she definitely went for it there. Just once again, the story of tonight, they've tried to get lots of charges, and they've been in decent position, but they're just getting there a little bit late. If they get there a little bit earlier in these scenarios, maybe you get a couple more turnovers for Purdue, give yourself a couple more chances, especially here in the 4th quarter. We've seen a couple blocking fouls that could have gone either way.
But situationally, that is not ideal, especially a foul in transition. Just giving Purdue points to score. And she is done now. The first one is off the mark for Bass, but we didn't even mention Haley Harrelson is done. 5 fouls. She leaves the game with 19 points, the team high. Bass, meanwhile, converts on the 2nd free throw. Purdue now leads this one by 11 with 1:15 left.
Yeah, miracle definitely needed here if you're Bellarmine.
Ashley Harris bringing it up. Abdullah to Aaron Toller. Toller on the drive. Scoop layup. A little strong, but a foul. 2 free throws coming up for Erin Toller. She is 1 of 4 from the charity stripe thus far.
Yeah, Toller does a great job getting to the charity stripe. She has a lot of strong drives, a lot of physical contact, and that's what you want as the offensive player. Get some physicality going. Most of the time it's going to be on the defense, and in this scenario she gets it once again, but she just has not been able to capitalize very often at the free throw line here tonight.
Getting a bit of a friendly bounce there off the front rim. But now TJ, the clock is not on the side of the Knights. 1:05. Bellarmine still down double digits. Make that 9 points now, but you got to start thinking they got to start taking some opportunities from long range.
100%. You're down technically by 3 possessions with 3-pointers. If you get a couple steals, Purdue's turned the ball over quite a bit tonight, so it's not outlandish to think that they could turn the ball over a couple times in a row, and we've definitely seen crazier things in college basketball.
Bellarmine refusing to foul Purdue right now. Purdue just very content to milk time off the clock. McCarthy goes up, fighting for the offensive rebound. She has it inside of Maya Reynolds. Hits the deck, and 3 seconds in the lane on McCarthy. Another turnover for the Boilermakers, but they were able to drain precious time off that clock. Surprising that Bellarmine didn't try to foul there.
Yeah, you know, especially with the 3-possession game, we're going to take a second look at this, though. McCarthy grabs offensive rebound, gets it out of there, but Reynolds kind of trips and falls, but McCarthy not able to get it out of the lane. But
it was actually on Amaya Reynolds who fell and just took too long to get up out of the lane. McCarthy was able to get out of there. Final 20 seconds, and a turnover by Bellarmine. Rashunda Jones is immediately fouled.
That's going to be Toller's 4th foul now. After the turnover there that Lombard does a good job of jumping at. Toller maybe a little bit out of frustration there, as you can see her assistant coach at the end of that play asking her, why foul?
Jones hits the first one. A bit of a desperation foul, I'd have to admit, with 21 seconds. Unfortunately, timed turnover there for Bellarmine, but it looks like time is running out. Boilermakers go up 11. Shot clock is off. Toller dribbles it up, pulls up for 3. No good. Rebound McCarthy, final 10 seconds, and it looks like Purdue's going to escape this one with a win. Standing ovation from this crowd, but a late second half push from players off the bench leads to a well-rounded victory for the Boilermakers, 78-67. It may not have been pretty, but Purdue has done what they've done now 3 times on the year, and that is win. Taking a look at the replay of this game, it was not one player who dominated this game, TJ. There were a lot of forces on the Purdue side of things.
Yeah, it really felt like you could have went to anyone at any given time. Rashunda Jones had an unbelievable second half, getting to her spot in the mid-range, but you can't overlook that Bellarmine's hot shooting spree there in the 3rd quarter. They got the lead and held it for a little while, but Purdue was ultimately able to capitalize in the 4th quarter, doing a much better job from their field goal percentage standpoint, and overall just free throws left on the table for Bellarmine. Lots of opportunities, and the rebound battle just heavily won there from the Boilermakers here tonight.
Exactly, and 22 turnovers and shooting 25%. You know, not necessarily a recipe for success, but Purdue did it with their defense and their rebounding, and that is why they have their 3rd win of the season. Gonna send it over to the Sun. We will see you later for Big Ten Productions and the entire crew. For TJ Selkaitis, I am Gavin Connolly. We thank you for joining us here on Big Ten Plus tonight. Don't just have a good day, have a big day.
My name is Ellie, so I'll be interviewing you right now. Super fun. You can keep it as long or as short as you want. I know you probably want to get home. It's getting late.
It's okay.
Hi, this is Ellie Fidelli here with Purdue Boilermaker top scorer tonight, Reagan Batts. Congrats on a great game tonight.
Thank you so much.
So, for being one of the top scorers, you're expected to be a leader on this squad. How do you stay composed during these games?
I would say I rely a lot on my experience. Obviously, I'm a senior. I've been in some situations like this before, and we have a lot of good leaders around us as well. Our coaches have all played at this level, and they're able to give me their expertise on everything. I mean, Ella's a huge leader on the floor, Dez as well. Spider is also one of our younger leaders, so we kind of spread the wealth in that aspect.
Great, thanks so much. It's good to hear that not only you can lead the team, but you rely on your other teammates as well. So with the season ahead of you, what do you want to focus on to do your best throughout this year?
I would say the floor and rebounding for me personally. That just opens the floor up so much for our guards. We have a really strong in and out game, so once we feed the post, our shooters are wide open. I mean, Sophie and Ella are both huge shooters for us, Dez as well. So just kind of spreading the wealth to the team.
Well, you seem like just one of the nicest people ever. I feel like I'm trying to compliment you, and you're like, no, everyone else is doing it. Well, good luck with the rest of the season, and the whole Boilermaker community will be cheering for you.
Thank you so much.